Hello everybody and welcome back to another video on this channel. Today we're checking out some personality tests or something of the sorts from BuzzFeed. So it's probably gonna be shit. Anyway, I would like to know what kind of person I actually am. I've been in an existential crisis for about 20 years by now, and I would really love to know who I actually am, what I actually am, and who I should become. So, in the 1970s, Gary Gygax, which is the best name I've ever heard, sat down to figure out a system that would categorize the moral composition of every possible person. Every possible person? Really? Everyone? Did you consider every single one? Because otherwise BuzzFeed is going to call you out on racism or something like that. What he came up with was the Advanced Dungeons and Dragons alignment tests. And it applies to literally everyone, apart from 90% of the world probably, but that's okay. So the first thing they want me to do is choose a symbol. We've got these over here, that's all. Yeah, that's all of them. We've got these symbols. Which one do I choose? That's a really good question. I don't know which one I would love to choose. I think, this looks like a Nazi, so if I do that, people will think I'm a Nazi, which is a bad idea. This looks like a pirate thing. So, and it has a P in it, so I'll definitely choose that one, because, God, I'm Patrick, pirates, everything about pirates and Patricks are cool. Your parents don't approve of the person you've just started seeing. How do you respond? The options that we have are use this against them in the future, which is a bad idea, but if you feel like that's the thing you need to do, then fucking go ahead. Probably not. Bad advice. True love can't be denied. I definitely agree with that one. They don't know what's best. Screw them. Not true either. Most of the time they do, but not always. They don't always know you as good as you do yourself. Take their advice as just being protective. Possibly, but sometimes being overprotective is also a bad thing, so I don't really know with that one. Try to convince them otherwise. You could do that, but in a normal way. Explain to them why they're wrong about it in a normal way. Don't start arguing and yelling, but just try to explain to them in a normal way why you think they're wrong. Don't feel strongly enough to care. That's an option, but that's only if you have a bad relationship with your parents, which I usually do not advise. I agree with true love can't be denied, but I think try to convince them otherwise, but only in a manner in which you are actually talking normally, in which you explain in a normal, rational way why they're wrong about it, in your personal opinion. You know, it's never a good thing to just shut out your parents completely. Like, if they have an opinion, they care about you, which they most likely do, they will just try to find the best for you. But they also have to sometimes let you make your own mistake, even if it's clear and obvious to them this is a mistake that you were going to, you know, get yourself into. Which of these would be your family crest? Now, this is a thing that I've always wanted, a family crest. I don't have one because I'm a simple, poor person from an annoying family that has no special traits whatsoever, but I would love to have a family crest. Available to us are the orangey black one, this blue thing here, this circular thing, this one, the sort of England one, and this one. I think that my family crest would probably, if I had to choose, I would go for either this one, the orange black one, or the more of an abstract one over here. I don't like circular crests. This one looks like Bury a little bit in England. And I've got nothing against Bury. Actually, it's a beautiful place. I've been there recently. But it's just not really my color. Also, don't, you know, the dog in the tree. It doesn't like ooze class, if you know what I mean. I think I'm gonna go for the modern one, the abstract one. I think that one is pretty cool, so I'm gonna go for that. I make lots of friends and forget lots of friends. So it's basically a 50-50. I'm a good friend to a small few. I don't have friends, just haters. More friends is more people to do me favors. That's mean, but also clever. I'm friendly, but I have a hard time holding on to friends. Or I'm everyone's BFF. I think I'm friendly, but I have a hard time holding on to friends. And, you know, that sounds egotistical and all that, but that's not always my fault. Like, I'm friendly to everyone. Of course, unless I know that you've done things to me or people that I love or just bad things in general. But I'm friendly to everyone, but I have a hard time holding on to friends because usually you just grow apart again. I don't have a friend that I've known, like, since kindergarten or whatever, like a lot of people do have. I've always been, like, I moved there, so I made friends there, then I moved there and I made friends there, and I just went on, like, on my school I had friends, but then I went to a different school and I got friends there and I lost contact with the others. Like, I've never really held on to, like, a friendship, like a best friend friendship, so to speak. But I am friendly and I do make friends fairly easily because people seem to like me for whatever reason. You find a $100 bill in a public place. What do you do with it? Ask around to see if someone dropped it. Now, if you answer that one, you will probably be like, bravo, hey, you're a great person, but everyone knows that you're lying. Turn it into the authorities. Damn no, the cops cannot use my money better than I can. Use it to buy drugs. No thank you. Nice, a free $100. Yeah, Yeah, that's basically what everyone would do, I guess. Which motto do you live your life by? Oh, this is a great question. Freedom overall, go with honor, good can only come from of evil, to thy own self be true, not through strength, but through cunning, or ever skyward. But I usually always think about, that you have to do things yourself, that you can't sit around waiting for other people to do what you want them to do. I don't know, you just have to, take action for yourself. If you want something, then go at it by yourself. Try to do what you want to do, even though you might fail hundreds and hundreds of times. At one time that is going to work out, it might be a jackpot for you, and it might work for you, and you might live your life, luckily, forever after, basically. So I think that to thy own self be true. That doesn't mean that I'm not open to other people. It doesn't mean that I want to help other people, because I gladly do. Especially that's something that I live for. To be nice to other people, to help other people, to get to know other people, to just be, just be me and help people with struggles if I can. But eventually, everything that you want has to come from you as well. You can't rely on other people to do it for you. You're going to have to do it for yourself. And there are other mottos, other great mottos, like freedom overall. It's important that everyone values their freedom, and everyone thanks people who have given and granted them their freedom. And people that don't have freedom, it's very important that they get it. Freedom is important. Go with honor, definitely important as well. Good can only come of evil. Don't quite agree with that, but usually you have to go through some lows to get to highs. But it's not always necessarily true. Not through strength, but through cunning is something I value as well. I would love to learn and be intelligent and know things about everything, which is not possible because there are so many things to learn about. But, always be open to learning and developing yourself. But, strength is important too. Hit the gym every once in a while. And ever skyward, I don't believe that. I don't believe in ever skyward, which basically means that, always look up, always, try to find positive in things. There are just things in life that suck. It's as simple as that. There are just negative things in life that you will always encounter. And there's nothing you or I or anyone can do about it, unfortunately. That gets back to good can only come of evil, and sometimes it does. Sometimes you have to go through those lows to get to some possible heights. But ever skyward is not an option, because sometimes you just have to sit down and be like, yeah, this sucks. An old woman's cat is stuck in a tree. You haven't climbed a tree in years. What do? Start climbing, you'll do your best. Call the fire department for the woman. Shake the tree until the cat falls out. Rescue the cat, then insist on payment. Do everything in your power to help the cat down. Apologize profusely and see if someone else around can help. I would call the fire department. I could try and rescue that cat, but I might injure both the cat and myself, and even with a lot of bad luck and positioning, the old woman as well. Fire department actually does rescue cats. It's not a myth. They actually do that. It doesn't happen an awful lot, but they do it, and therefore I would call them, because they are probably way more classified to do that than I am, and I could only make things worse. It could also be great, and people could be thankful, but I did a good deed by calling the fire department for her anyway, so that's what I will do. Leave it to the professionals. A homeless person asks you for money. What do? Envy their freedom? Nah, not really. Give them some food and look up directions to a shelter. Spit on them, then steal their money, which they don't have probably. Tell them to get a job, or give them whatever change you have on you. Now, the thing is, okay, and I am not going to give him my change. And the reason why I don't is I don't know this person. And I don't know why he's homeless. And I know that it sounds cruel, but there are people that are homeless because they've spent all of their money on gambling, drugs, alcohol, and are addicted. And the only reason that they need money is to, get more of the stuff that they're addicted to. And that's not all of them. I'm not saying that all homeless people are like that. A lot of them aren't. But you can't take that risk of giving them money and then just, wasting it away on that stuff. I mean, it's theirs to do, but why would you give it to them in the first place if they did? I would honestly... try to help them to get a job, basically. This sounds very cruel because it is tell them to get a job, like, oh, go get a job, you filthy thing. But that's not how I mean it. What I mean is that I would try to, say, like, what happened to you? How come you're in this situation? And I then hope that I can convince him to, try and get a job interview at some point and, try to make his life better. I could give him some change. Fine. I could give him like $5. Okay, say I did that. Great. Saying he didn't buy alcohol or anything from it. He bought a bit of food, maybe a bottle of water, and that will be that, and he survives another day. But then the next day he's going to need someone help again. And I would rather be someone that has such an influence on someone's life who needs it, that after they've spoken to me, or after that I did something for them, they get their life back on track. It doesn't have to be instantly, but at least that they have the mindset to try and go and do that, if you know what I mean. Choose a role model. So we have Darth Vader, we have Chris Pratt, obviously, this dude from Game of Thrones, Eric Cartman, another dude of Game of Thrones, Jon Snow. Out of all of these people, looking at this, scrolling about a little bit, it has to be Jack Sparrow. No, no! No! No, it has to be Jack Sparrow! There you go, Jack Sparrow. Now to explaining why. Jack Sparrow, I think, is the ultimate... I don't know, the ultimate sign of freedom. The ultimate... I don't know, he values freedom. He values being able to do what he loves and wanting to do what he loves, and he's afraid of not being able to do that. And he gets into a lot of trouble, but he works himself out of it in the most dramatic and weirdest of ways, and I think that's just really who I want to be. You know, I want to be free. I want to be free in what I want to do. I want to be free in the decisions I make, and I want to be free my entire life. I want to be, you know, me. I just want to be me and free to do so, and just, you know, do what I please. Which is not necessarily being a pirate, but, you know, just that's, I want to be free, you know? What kind of person are you actually? Neutral evil. You see others as a means to an end. You want to make friends and allies temporarily and will turn on someone in a second. That's not, I mean, of course this is BuzzFeed, so it's bullshit anyway. As you can see, you wait to gate from it. You don't really go out of your way to cause them harm to others, but you don't really go out of your way to prevent it either. Voldemort from Harry Potter is someone that I look like, apparently. And Gaston from Beauty and the Beast. I make friends and allies not temporarily because I want to, because it just so happens to be in that way, as I've explained. I've never turned on someone, ever. I've never betrayed someone or left them, or when they needed me. It happened the other way around, time after time after time, but I've never done it because I keep faith in people and try to trust them. I don't really go out of your way to prevent harm to others either, this says, and it's absolute bollocks, because that's literally all I'm doing. I have been in a situation for a long time, and maybe I still am, where I go out of my own way to try to not hurt other people, to try and be as nice to them as possible, if I can, because that's how I am. I don't want to hurt other people because I don't think it's necessary, and I shouldn't be doing that. So it's not true, but apparently I look like Lord Voldemort. The more you know.